All right, guys, welcome to the 280 Plus podcast. I'm your host, Los Def. And yo, today we switching it up, man. The platform's getting elevated. I got two guests today. So, fellas, introduce yourselves.
Go ahead, Ant.
I'm Tone E, Anthony. Um, Producer, songwriter, film scoring, a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Father first. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And
facts.
husband. You know, maybe someone.
I know one day for me too. One day probably sooner than people think. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I know. I'm not. My rating's about to go up now.
In the Puerto Rican culture, I'm already a husband. She's been living with
Oh yeah,
for like 12 years, so
definitely.
I'm locked in.
All right, fam, introduce yourself.
it was Joshua J. Santiago. That's what I'm going by now, man. I gotta add that extra J.
Okay.
Filmmaker, man. Just business in general, man. Just if whatever y'all want to collaborate with, just hit me.
That's what's up.
I'm here.
That's what's up. So, Tone. So I don't know if you know, like Josh, man. That's my brother, bro. Like that's my tattoo brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like I got one. We got the same tattoo. And we got it the same day. It was what your 17th birthday party?
It was 17th. Yep.
17th.
That's the life death.
No. I got the Rican flag. You know what I mean, so yeah, it's a bunch of.
I forgot. Yes,
it's a bunch of Ricans in this motherfucking tonight.
Bro.
That's my brother. So, but that's the only tattoo I have. So I'm lame when it comes to tattoos. But I'll never forget that because only Josh's dad would have some, a fiend or something like that, you know what I mean, to give us tattoos for the low. My man, what was his name? Scott Black?
Yeah, he actually passed away.
Oh, all right. Moment of silence for Yo, Scott Black, if you out there, man, up in heaven, man, I'm sorry, man, but yo, good work, man. I need to get it touched up, but
it's a really good tattoo. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
what.
it is.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it was solid, man. And how many of us got tattoos that day, man? I was like the last one too.
It was a lot, man. It was at least like 8 people that were in my basement getting tattoos.
And I remember when I went to school the next day, niggas was like, "Oh, why you got a Puerto Rican flag?" He was like, "You're not Puerto Rican?" I'm like, "My name is Carlos."
For real, though.
Niggas just be trying to claim everybody ain't.
Yeah, like they like, nah, you not Rican, bro. Like you, I mean, so y'all are cousins though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And what side of the family, like for you, Josh, what side of the family is that?
Well, my dad and aunt's sister, brother and sister, they're not even a year apart. So they're like Irish twins.
So it's on your dad's side and it's your
my mom's side.
Okay, your mom's side. Okay. All right. So I actually was just basically, how close are y'all? How would y'all describe y'all relationship as cousins?
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Brothers.
We're more like brothers, man. We've been rocking together since we was small because me and Andrew are only a month apart. He was born in April and I was born in May. Same year.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you from New York, Ian? Are you
I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I was born in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Okay, because I was just seeing something like I was reading something up and they were talking about cousins and what cousins are you closer to? And they say you're typically closer to your maternal cousins, right? And it's like a ranking. It's like your maternal aunt, then your maternal uncle, then it's like your paternal aunt, then it's your paternal uncle. So they say it's because of paternity uncertainty. Like, because as a woman, like, we know that she's passing on her genes, but like other than features and stuff like that, a man doesn't know if they're like passing down their genes, whatever. So like you're not that close to your dad's brother's kids, whatever. But I guess y'all breaking the mold with that, you know what I mean? Since y'all close, but I guess for you, Ian, you know what I mean, since that's your mom's brother, it kind of makes sense that y'all just kind of mesh together, right?
Yeah, I think a big reason on my end that I was so much closer with my mom's side of the family was because my dad's side of the family wasn't really like I'm cool with them. Like we are close. I have close cousins there too, but it was just the connection with my dad and his family wasn't as strong as the connection with my mom and her family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole crazy ass story that can be a book,
For
like
real?
a literal. It can be a series, like
Okay.
a movie. So, I mean, I did grow up, because I lived out here for a brief moment of time and in the beginning of my life, you know what I'm saying? Then I moved back to Brooklyn basically for the rest of my life up until when I moved here. But not to get too deep into that.
Yeah.
When I was back out in New York, I did spend a significant amount of time with that side of the family. But every summer, every break, I was out here, you know, in York, to see my mom's side of the family because it was a stronger bond.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What do you say to that, Josh? About y'all, how tight y'all are?
It's actually it's way different from my mom's side and my dad's side, because my mom's side, she only has one brother, so my family on that side isn't really too big.
Okay.
On that side, there's 8 of them.
Okay.
So my family is deep on my dad's side. So yeah, there's a lot of family that we have here in York, Pennsylvania, and in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And just all over.
Yeah. I think I'm the opposite of what the studies say, because like my mom's side, she had one brother, one sister, and then they didn't have no kids. So I don't have no like first cousins on my mom's side, like at all. Yeah. And my dad's side of the family, he had a brother and sister, but then my grandma, she's like the oldest of 11. So like I have like a whole extended family. So yeah, I don't know what them studies talking about, but I guess it all depends on, you know what I mean, how your family is. But
Yeah.
so yeah, so let's switch it up, man. Let's get serious a little bit. Because I wanted to bring y'all on to kind of highlight the moves that y'all making. And I was kind of surprised about something when I looked into it. But tell us about C&P Media Group. When did that start? Who's all involved with that?
It's crazy because me and Ant, when Ant first moved out here, he's like, yo, we need to do some stuff, because he seen what I was doing with Settle, and I seen what he was doing with all the stuff he was doing with music.
Okay.
And then he moved out here. What year was that, Ant? 2009 or 2010?
I moved out here in November of 2009.
Okay. Yeah, and then, bro, we're like, yo, well, we got to come up with a name. C&P is so simple. People don't understand it.
Yeah,
C stands for, Ant used to go by Khalil Music.
Okay. Oh yeah,
that was his name.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't even know how to say it. I thought it was like Collier.
That's why I switched the name up.
Okay.
And then and I just went by Perfecto, so that's the C&P right there. So
okay.
we was working with just audio and visual, and that was back in 2011 we started that. And then with because we were doing stuff with Team Bad with C&P. I did videos with the Barber Nate, like just promotional videos. Yes. Some commercials, a lot of music videos back then. And then we stopped we didn't really stop, but we started our families and we put everything on pause. So when I moved back to York, I'm like, yo, let's bring it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so shot a movie, and did all the scores, did all the music to it, and it's gonna be official, man.
That's what's up. Because when I looked at so I just started my YouTube channel. You know what I mean, I'm back channeling.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So I'm back channeling and I'm trying to get all my older episodes on there. And I got a subscribe from C&P and I was excited. So then I started looking and I was like, dang, C&P. I seen it, video from like 8 years ago. I seen the ciphers and I was like, I seen a Quinn Howard workout video. I said, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, these dudes was moving all this time and I didn't necessarily know. Like y'all was like the behind the scenes guys behind a lot of stuff, probably.
That's a fact. We definitely did a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I first moved out here, I had to get my shit together and you know, get my work situation right, my living situation right. Because I came out here with basically 2 bags.
Damn.
And once I finally got settled, you know, starting to learn the landscape and figuring out where Josh fit into everything, I was like, yo, let's get this shit popping. You know what I mean? I got the audio aspect, you got the visual aspect. We can do something. We can get this money. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And we got a little spot. We got blessed with a little spot downtown. And that spot we did a lot of work in that spot, man. Like that, we spent hours, individually together. Sometimes we'd be there. Sometimes I know I'd be there till the damn sun come up because Josh sleep at 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, he's like a grandpa. That's why we had to get this started so he could get to bed in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. About another hour. So basically, we had gotten the spot and I just figured I never had a spot like that before. You know what I'm saying? Because in New York, like it's so expensive. That's why I moved, because I was just like, yo, it's hard to get things going. Nothing's affordable. You got to move mountains, and you know, in order to make things happen in New York, man, you got to have a job and you got to have a hustle. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't a really good hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them joints you got to do some things. So being that I was living in that dynamic, I had to get out, and I knew that I could possibly make some stuff happen out here. And it was good to have a guy like Josh to be my support. You know what I'm saying? And we could support each other. So C&P just kind of kicked off, and it was crazy because once we started doing C&P and we started really getting the ball rolling, it seemed like a lot of other people were in that same mode. Like Wayne was in that same mode, but he was starting Y Dot City, and you know, a whole bunch of just people. Like, you know, Nate was starting to get creative because he was coming to his own as a barber, and you know, we was doing videos for like people like Murda, and we did a lot of Murda
all those,
videos,
and I was like, what? That y'all did a lot of NFL videos, all them. You know what I mean, and I was like, what?
Yeah, man. And it was like, you know, it was just about getting something going down here, because it just felt like stagnant. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think many people were doing music videos before we kind of decided, and not trying to take credit. I'm more so reflecting at the time, like in 2010, 2011, everybody was still rapping since way before we even, you know, came to be, but it just seemed like nobody was really taking advantage of that market. So we saw an opening and we just went with it. You know what I mean? And we just said, F it, like, let's just go ahead and let's just make this shit happen. And I think it was a good thing, because, you know, you get a lot of people after us, like the Mike Morales, the Urban Knights. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them, because I fuck with all of them. They're all good guys. They remember a lot of the stuff that we was trying to do back then. And I think hopefully we inspired them, you know, not to take credit. I think it's a good thing, because that was what we set out to do. We set out to say, yo, York has a very talented pool of people in a small confined area. Why not exploit that? Why not inspire, and why not highlight it? So it was really all in good faith. It wasn't to be the first to do anything. It was really just because we believed in the talent that was here, and we felt like they were missing a tool that they needed to further their success, and also just further their confidence to go ahead and keep wanting to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I think C&P was a really important thing to this city, but you know, we still here. You know what I mean? Like, we back.
That's what, and we are going to talk about planting seeds, and we're going to talk about a past era. But just real quick, yo, for you coming from Brooklyn to YC, like, what was your biggest adjustment? What was the hardest adjustment, I guess?
There was a lot of adjustments. You know, when I moved out, when I decided to move out here, I was going through a kind of tough time in my life. You know, I had finished school for audio engineering, and I was interning at a studio in Staten Island, and I was there for about like a year and a half. You know, got a couple nice opportunities as far as, like, you know, working on Afro Samurai with RZA. You know, just a few things, meeting some legendary people, like really historical, like drummers and guitarists. But I think the most I got from it was the experience in learning how to really engineer from the old school way to the new school way, which is something that a lot of these newer engineers don't really know. And it's not a fault to them. It's just, there's not many studios like that left, especially here in York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that right there is one of the things that I had to get adjusted to. Was like, damn, I was looking forward to maybe, you know, doing a guest engineer spot or maybe freelancing at some spots. But when I moved out here, man, it wasn't a lot. And if there was any studios that were set up like that with the big boards, the patch bays, the outboard gear, you know, like really miking up bands and recording them, they were geared towards rock music. And they really weren't fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? They weren't in our side of town, you know, and you know, that was a big adjustment for me. Another adjustment for me, man, was just the pace. You know what I'm saying? The pace of Pennsylvania, the pace of any place other than New York City is a lot slower. The way people interact with each other was a lot different. And I was really rough around the edges. Like, I was a super Brooklyn guy when I came out here. So I was a little aggressive when I
Yeah.
talk to people, and I was a little colorful when I talk to people with my words, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of these people out here do some grimy shit, for some reason they like, hey, you curse too much. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Get the fuck out of here.
But
Like
it was kind of a weird. I was dealing with a lot of contradictions just in people's characters, but other than that, though, because I've spent so much time out here throughout my life, I pretty much knew what I was getting myself into, bro.
Okay.
I knew what I was getting myself into.
That's what's up. All right, so let's switch gears though. So speaking on C&P, y'all got a big project coming out. All right, anything for you. All right, so could you tell us just a little bit about the premise of the movie? I don't want you to give away too much, but what is this movie about?
Yeah, without giving it, because it's a short film. It's about 20 minutes long.
Oh, okay. I don't think I realized that. Okay.
But my thing, what I wanted to highlight was the importance of mental health within the Black and Spanish community.
Okay.
That's really what it is. Okay. But yeah, that's what I wanted to highlight. Okay. So once you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But this is an idea I actually had for over 10 years, man. But I just never wrote it down.
Okay.
Until I was talking to my brother one day, Ricky.
Yeah.
And then he's like, man, you told me this idea so long ago. You need to just take your time and just write the script.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, yo, yeah, you're right, man. So I did that in probably a week, if that.
So what brought you back to directing? Was it just moving back to York and then just deciding to get C&P going, or was there something else that you were missing in your life?
I felt like when I moved to Florida, man, I was just going to work and coming home. That's not the life for me, man. I have to do something else. So I had it in my mind that when I did move back and everything was good, I need to get back into it because it's been so long. The last video I probably did was when my daughter was about like 2 months old.
Okay.
And she'll be 7 in a couple of days.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. So I had that itch the whole time I was down there.
Okay.
But I had to make everything go good first, man, with the family and stuff, and then yeah, it was on go.
Okay.
I was on go, man.
That's what's up. So what does this, like, overall, what does this project mean to you, and why is it so special to you, Josh?
Man, this is crazy because I remember when I first sent the script to my cousin Ant, he called me and we talked for hours because this is something that we have in our family, man, like with mental health and even with addiction, because there's addiction in there too.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of these things are things that I've seen my whole life. Like there's even some the main character has some like mental health issues that I think I have.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I have some anxiety, like me, like one of my biggest fears is not being able to like provide for my family.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
like I always have to make sure that I have a certain amount of money for certain things to make sure my family's good.
Okay. Yeah, you never been like a flashy dude. I mean, is that part of that, or?
Man, definitely, man.
Okay,
I don't even go out. Bro, I pack lunch to work every day, man, just because I don't want to spend money to eat out with people that I work with every day.
Yeah. Is it almost like that survivor's remorse? Like you just feel like maybe like you feel like, you might backslide and go to a different place in your life that you don't want to be necessarily, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I would think, because bro, I always been like this. Well,
Yeah.
Bro, I don't spend money for nothing. And what's Aunt calling me? El Cheapo Guapo.
Oh yeah.
El Cheapo numero uno.
Oh
yeah, bro. I try not to spend money, man. I gotta make sure everybody's good before I actually spend some money.
Okay. So I want you to brag about yourself a little bit, man. Like what kind of notoriety have you received based on this project? Like who's talking? What kind of buzz are you getting? All that good stuff.
Well, we've been selected to I don't even know how many it is now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Talk heavy. Yeah.
I believe it's 4 film festivals.
Okay.
One, we're a finalist to go into the like the yearly festival. Like we moved on to the next round.
Okay.
For the Bridge Fest one. But yo, bro, we're planning like a real big event after we do this film festival push, and it's gonna be heavy.
Okay.
It's gonna be heavy, man. I can't wait.
That's what's up.
I can't put too much out there yet, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
official. It's gonna be official for York.
And in terms of your involvement in it, it's all about the audio and all that. Can you kind of speak on to your involvement in the film?
Yeah, yeah, man. So I knew that Josh was filming the movie in the summer of last year, and you know, I was excited and everything like that, you know, because I was just happy that, you know, he came. I was first off happy that he came back. You know what I mean? And I was happy that he came back, and the way he was talking was different. Like it was like, yo, it's now or never type shit. And I love that. Like that's what I live for. You know what I'm saying? You know, once I knew that he was filming it, I was already mentally preparing myself to get the call. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I wasn't expecting to get the call because I'm too humble sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But when I got the call, I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And it was him and Ryan that hit me, and they, you know, Josh hit me and said, "Yo, can you do the music for the film?" I said, "Without a doubt." You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And from then, you know, we were just talking about what they want, what he envisioned sonically, and my job, as usual, is to match with that, whatever the person that's, you know, reaching out to me wants. So I sit back, I think about it, you know, watch the film, think about it some more, and then I just started working. And the process was so fun, man. You know, just going back and forth with Ryan and Josh. All right, we're gonna take this out, right? You know what? Let's switch this up. You know what? I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. And you know, for a lot of people, you know, that are dealing with that, it could be a little bit stressful.
Okay.
It could make them feel a little overwhelmed. But for me, with this project, I was telling Josh and Ryan, I said, no matter how much I had to do, sometimes I had to take whole pieces out and redo a whole scene, like from scratch.
Okay.
I was having so much fun. And it just felt like it felt like therapy to me. You know what I mean? Like, and I haven't felt that in a very long time. You know, so it was definitely perfect timing for them to call me. I think I needed to do this movie with them more than, you know, for myself. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a blessing that they called me because it helped me out.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And it helped me to realize that I wanted to get more into film and maybe even make it something that I solely do musically.
Okay.
Because that freedom, it's a different foundation when you're working with film. It's like when you're working on a song. I was telling Josh this the other day, and I was saying, you know, when you're working with artists, it's the intro, the hook, the verse, the hook, the verse, the hook, and then the outro. With a movie, it's different because you get scenes and you have so much to work with.
Yes.
And you're not confined.
Okay.
And the most beautiful thing about it all is that the actors, the script, the whole cinematography of it, they're actually creating the emotion for you. You just have to compliment it. You just have to amplify.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was something that was like, I hadn't done a film in a little while. You know what I'm saying? Because not many people out here doing films.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So here we are again. Josh is breaking the mold. So
planting seeds.
Yeah. And here we are again. This is the resurgence. And it's just like, now we've got people doing music videos. We got people record. You know, I taught a lot of people to record, but now we're going to have people doing movies, which is a beautiful thing. So now hopefully we can get those young creators out. But, you know, for me, I felt throughout the process a mixed bag of emotions. It was a very wonderful emotional roller coaster for me, man. I can't lie. And I've expressed that multiple times. And we shared those moments and how great this was and how therapeutic this movie was. And it's all a credit to Josh, man, because Josh was he was the guy that came up with the concept. He's the guy that wrote it out. He's the one that it started with Josh. And we all came together and just, you know, we just kind of groomed this beautiful art piece, man. Nice. So I was excited, bro. This was therapy for me. That's pure therapy.
That's dope, dog. That's real dope.
Yeah.
So, Josh, when can we expect a premiere? Where's the premiere going to be? Do you know?
I don't know, Angela. I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything.
Is that too much info yet? Okay.
Yeah, that's a big surprise.
Okay.
We got some big stuff coming.
All right.
It's
Well,
gonna be fun.
Can we get a date on maybe the announcement? Can we know when the announcement's gonna happen, or is that still too much? Am I too early? Did I?
Yeah, it's still a little too early. You know what it is? It's just right now, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into another aspect, that's not so, happy, but with a lot of things that went on so far, things changed, and a lot more people are involved now.
Okay.
Right? This movie and the people involved with it, it's become something even bigger than what it was 3 months ago, bro.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, this has become something that has sparked something bigger, bro. Like,
that means y'all must have got the bag. Y'all must have got a bag.
Nah. It's not. I'll tell you what, we did get the bag, and we got the bag in knowledge and opportunities.
Okay. All right. Hey.
Something. It's become something that's going to be a symbol more so.
Okay.
Like everything that we're doing right now that's coming up is going to be a symbol, and it's going to be the birth of something that's going to be beneficial to so many more creators. I got chills when I said that just now. It turned into something that's gonna be beneficial, Los, to so many more creators out there that don't even know they're about to be a creator, an artist.
I like that.
And we're man, I wish I could tell you. We're gonna have to have another one of these.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna have to do a follow-up, definitely. So
yeah.
Right, so you can't tell me the premiere. You can't tell me the announcement about the premiere.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it's all right. It's all good. But can y'all? All right. Can you tell me how will this, other than the premiere, how will this be released? Like, how are we consuming this? Is it going to be like a YouTube video like Jones did his short film? Is it going to be, I mean, like, you got to buy like a digital copy or something, like, or is that still in the works?
Honestly, I really don't even know. After the premiere, we're going to have to probably meet again. And I wouldn't mind the YouTube page just for everybody to watch after a while.
Okay.
So that
will be on YouTube. It will be on YouTube, but there is going to be a premiere.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a premiere.
Okay.
Like it's not going to launch online.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
If you know what I mean. It's not going to launch online. It will be available though everywhere, and it's going to be available on C&P Media. You know what I'm saying? .com. Make sure you plug that in. You know what I'm saying? But
all day, yes.
I'll give you that. It's definitely going to be available on cnpmedia.com for whenever you want to go on there.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna get more into this then. If we have a follow-up, I'm gonna dig into that. When y'all start getting accolades for this film, we're gonna get into that.
You'll get it first. You'll get it first, bro.
That's what's up. All right. So let's switch gears a little bit, but still kind of related. All right. So we were talking about planting seeds and how C&P Media, unbeknownst to everybody else, has probably been planting a lot of seeds. So I want to speak on something specifically to you, Tone. It's the Bussin' It Up podcast. All right. So that was about 3 years ago when that premiered. 2018.
Yeah, that was in 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
That was in 2018. Yep.
So when Bussin' It Up came out, I thought it was a big deal. Like in terms of the presentation of it, it looked like it was too big to fail, so to speak. Like it looked like y'all had a production team, y'all had sponsors, y'all had all, like it looked super legit, right? And I was already probably listening to podcasts for maybe about 2 years, and again wanting to kind of get in the space but not really knowing how. And although seeing somebody do something is inspiring, when you don't really have a backing or you don't have a team behind you, when you see something like that come out and you're like, oh my, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? Like, how am I supposed to duplicate that? Like, I don't have the capital to buy this and that, whatever. So like it really seemed like it was too big to fail. And I watched it, I watched a couple episodes of it, and then out of nowhere, it kind of just disappeared. So
right.
So what I want to ask you is, overall, what was your involvement? Because I know you hosted an episode or two. What was your overall involvement, and then how and why did it end?
All right. So Wayne Scott, or Wayne Sweeney now, he hit me up one day, And because we have like this, and this goes back to the birth of C&P. I met Wayne through the C&P run.
Okay.
Through Josh and Ryan. And Wayne hit me up because, you know, throughout the years, me and him kept a really good relationship because he's another person that's trying to create events and opportunities and things for people to do. He told me, he said, yo, I want to do a podcast. I want to do a podcast. I said, oh, that's, you know, that's like I've been listening to podcasts forever, since like 2013, 2014.
Okay.
Like, I listen to podcasts more than music sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Because you can just learn so much. I'm pretty sure you went down those rabbit holes. You know what I'm saying?
Combat Jack, rest in peace.
Oh man, like, there's so much. People are missing out. You know, if you're not a podcast consumer, you're missing out on tons of free gems. But
free gems.
Wayne hit me up and said, yo, I want to start this podcast. Can you help me with the audio setup? So I said, of course. You know, like, I get hit up about stuff like this all the time, whether it's setting up a studio or I want to do this, and I'm always willing to help people out and give them the according to their budget, the best setup that will give them the best quality. Okay. So he reached out to me. He told me he had a spot, and I gave him a shopping list of stuff to get that was fairly affordable.
Okay.
You know, I worked on his laptop with him. I set him up. I gave him a nice preset on his program, so all he had to do was fire it up and just go. And then eventually he said, yo, man, what do you think about doing it? You know, you're a really good talker. I you know, when I know you personally, and I know that you have a lot to say. Okay. I said, you know what? I don't know, because, you know, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life with my child, and, you know, just being an adult, having a lot of responsibilities, but let me see, you know what I mean? Let me see what I can do. So eventually I said, yeah, let's do it. I was excited, you know? So we had a few episodes. He had gathered a team together. I wasn't really a part of that aspect logistically. Okay. I was more so just a part of, you know, setting up stuff and getting stuff ready so he can just fire it up, because he wasn't really well versed on how to use an audio recording program. Okay. So I wanted to make it as easy as possible, as easy as just click, click, click. You know what I mean? Plug and play. And that's what I was able to do for him. And it just kind of grew, man. You know, I started to get really involved with Wayne and you know, just the back end stuff of things. And he eventually got a spot at Design Bots, which is Nate's spot downtown. And it was a nice little room, you know, set it up. And we just started just flying it. We just fired off, you know what I'm saying? And we got a few people to be guests on the podcast. We got a few people to be co-hosts on the podcast, and he wanted to give a lot of people opportunities to talk about things that they were passionate about. Okay. So, you know, he had a battle rap podcast that had nothing to do with me, and then we had, like, you know, just a Bussin' It Up podcast, which was my baby, which I was just kind of doing, you know, regular interviews and talking about different things. Long story less long, man. Like, you know, I think what ended up happening was, and I'm not, you know, it's not Wayne's fault, you know, it's more so a lot of the pieces, the people who played certain parts just weren't as invested. You know, the thing with doing a podcast is, and that's why when I launch mine, I'm not really gonna like try to get a big team like that, because there's not much money in the beginning. Yeah, no, a podcast, if you're doing it and you're thinking that you're gonna make money, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You have to do it for the passion. Now, Wayne understood that. Wayne had the passion, but he also understood that this is an investment, that this has to be a group effort. But there were a lot of other people that weren't able to hang around and do that, which is a normal thing in business. You know, some people will say that they're willing to commit, and then they have a change of heart. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they're not as invested. They may not believe in it. Okay. I believed in it. Wayne believed in it. And there were like one or two other people that did believe in it, but there were some other important parts that fit Wayne's vision that they weren't believing in it. And some things fell through. Some people just weren't, you know, participating in the group chat to bounce ideas. We had a think tank group chat where we had to plan these episodes, you know, and, you know, it just fell apart. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But he did he did want to bring it back. Okay. But there was just, you know, it just became a little too much. You know, when you have too many people involved in the beginning, not many people are willing to stick it out for that part. That's the hard part.
Yeah, because that in the beginning, yeah, like you said, there's no money in it, there's no reward in it, whatever. And so to get people invested, and they might see stuff like Joe Budden and all that, and they might think like, oh yeah, yo, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get that. But it's like, no, it takes time. Like you gotta develop that listenership, whatever, you gotta develop that audience. So I said it was too big to fail, but what it sounds like it is, there was too many moving pieces. Like to even
I mean, and I told him that, man, and I felt really bad because Wayne's main thing, you know, was he said, listen, I'm trying to create an opportunity for y'all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people that were jumping on it when it was hot, they weren't willing to stay on it when that hotness starts to dimmer down.
Okay.
You know, because everything that's new, especially in a small town, it's always going to hit a peak, but then it's going to come down. But then the work comes when you bring it back up slowly. Okay. That's how everything works when something comes out so hot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is that not many people have that mind frame. You know what I mean? Not many people have that dedication and that oversight to understand the bigger picture.
Okay.
And me and Wayne understood it. But, you know, we're only two guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just, you know, I think if I called Wayne right now, he'll do it.
Okay.
Because Wayne believes in me and Wayne knows that I don't play. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about something that I'm going to do, if I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. But, you know, he got a lot of other stuff going on right now. He's doing great right now. So I don't want to overwork him for that. But I got something on the way, though. You know what I'm saying? The Palcast is coming soon.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna watch all that. And
likewise.
I mean, no podcast beef or nothing like that.
That's impossible. Listen. I read your comments on one of the interviews that I did, and I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And I heard through Josh, you know, that you were saying how good of a job I did with the Freeway Ricky Ross one.
Oh yeah,
and you know, I appreciate that, man. That type of stuff, you know, motivates me and keeps me going because I was a little nervous. You know, it's one thing to be a podcast listener, but it's another thing when you actually sit in the hot seat and you're like, oh fuck, this is really happening. Right? I gotta carry this shit for like 2 hours.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's different. It's a muscle that you got to work out. So shout out to you for getting it going and making it happen. And your consistency is the number one thing. So just keep going, bro.
And that's all I'm trying to do. Hopefully, you know, people want to participate. You know, like I said, there ain't no necessarily no reward, but you know, I'm trying to put on for everybody else too. You know what I mean? Just like you guys.
Exactly. That's the most important thing, man.
All right, man. Let's have a little bit of fun, man. Let's talk about something a little different. All right. So, and actually, it's gonna kind of relate to something that you mentioned early on, Josh. So, let's talk about just rap eras, right? We come from, I would call the golden era.
Yes.
Right? Like we come from, you know what I mean? Like I feel like from 2000 to maybe 99 to 2009, like that's probably the craziest era rapped for me. I don't know. Do you agree with that, Ant? Do you agree with that, Josh?
I do.
Yeah, that was my favorite era.
Okay.
I know that much.
And so that era, right? We have that was maybe the genesis of like battle rap kind of coming back and being competitive. That was the rap DVD era, and things like that. So, Josh, yo, tell us about. Can you? No, matter of fact, not tell us. Remind everybody, because everybody knows what it is, but I think you got to remind people, man. What was the genesis of Settle DVD? What was the impact of it that back then? And you know, could we do something like that today in today's era?
Oh shoot, well, bro, let me start from the beginning.
All right.
So you know that we had to do a senior project for York High.
Okay.
So I'm talking to my brother. I'm like, yo, I don't even know what to do this project on. He's like, well, what do you like? I'm like, man, I like hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what I love.
Yeah.
He said, bro, you in performing arts, you can do let's just do a DVD just of all the elements of hip hop.
That's fire.
I said, yeah, let's do it.
That's what big brothers are for, man.
Yeah. So, bro, there's a Settle DVD that nobody's seen. Ant, you haven't even seen this one. My boy Carlos.
Oh
no! My boy Nino Brown.
Nino Brown, what up?
My man
I forget them bars.
My man dropped the 16 on my first DVD.
Yeah, and so that one didn't come out at all, right?
Nah. But
Okay, that was the beta version. I was on the beta.
Yeah. that was the pilot.
Okay, all right.
So, but I just showed a couple of our friends. So Seto actually stood for students expressing themselves through lyrical exhibition.
Yeah.
So I showed a couple people like, yo, we should just do a whole DVD in York, because that's when Smack DVDs was hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, and there's a lot of rappers out here in New York that ain't really been seen or heard.
Yeah.
So F it. Let's just change the name to Streets Expressing Themselves Through Lyrical Exhibition.
Yeah.
So you already know I had to get my boy Ryan Bones on there, man.
That was him. Yo, he was the YC battle champion.
Bruh, champion for years.
I
seen him bite so many heads off, man.
Yo, like shaking buildings. You know what I mean? Buildings. Like that was crazy, because we came from Smack DVDs, we came from Too Raw from the Streets, and then like for us to have our own shit, we was like, yo, everybody's about to blow the fuck up. Like this shit's about to take us out of here.
Bro, I heard some of the rappers that was on there. I almost say no names because people married and stuff now, but
yeah,
yo, I got groupies from your DVDs.
Oh, nice,
bro, it's crazy,
Nice.
But damn, what was I about to say? Okay. But yeah, bro, there was people. There's people now that come up to me and like, yo, I didn't know you did them rap DVDs in York back in the early 2000s. I'm like, yeah, you seen it? Like people that I wouldn't even have thought that seen it, man. But yeah, we came out with 4 DVDs, and then when so I got nominated for all 4 of my DVDs at this Central Pennsylvania Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah, nice,
bro. But that whole run was fun. I thought the first DVD was just gonna be for the bros.
Yeah,
and it spread.
Yo,
it spread.
That was definitely like the biggest thing in York, man. Like I felt like at the time, because obviously like social media wasn't what it is now.
Yeah, and
So
exactly.
like it was just like, yo, it was true word of mouth spreading and things like that. So you did 4 volumes. What year was it when you did you do one every year, or was it like every couple months? Like,
bro, I kind of know the dates.
Okay, still. All right. Yeah.
Because so the first one dropped, it was my first day of college. I think it was August 18th, 2006.
Wow.
Bro, and then the second one is when after Ant seen the first one, he's like, yo, you gotta come to New York ASAP.
Yeah.
So that the second one was it was York City. It was called York City versus New York City.
Yeah.
And that dropped December 19th, 2006. So I dropped that a couple months after.
Dang.
Yep.
It's on a DMX run.
Bro, I was going in.
Let's go.
The third one dropped May 24th, 2007, just 5 months later.
Was that the one with Oskino on it? Or that was 4?
No. Yeah, that was 4.
Okay.
So the one, number 3 was York, and then I did Some People in Harrisburg.
Okay.
But yeah, the fourth one, Oskino, Joey Jahad, Rifa, the one that made the producer that made One Blood for the Game. And bruh, a lot of people don't know this, but we had Murder Mook. The tape messed up.
We had him.
Whoa! Wait up.
Yeah,
this is
people
exclusive.
don't know that.
This is exclusive.
Yeah, it is.
I follow back. I'm back into battle rap and all that, but he about to battle he's gonna be battling my man Geechee Gotti, and Geechee Gotti gonna get him the fuck out of here. But anyway,
that's gonna be. I don't know about that.
We can talk. I don't want to talk about battle rap because that might have been one busting up. Didn't last a long time. No, I just play it. No, I ain't gonna. Just side note on that. I remember I had stopped watching battle rap, and then I remember I came to that episode and I was like, I do not give a fuck about none of this shit. Like, why are they talking about? And then like they did a whole episode of it. I was like, I don't know any guys or whatever.
Any of these niggas, right?
But I think battle rap is like, I'm back into it now, so it means something to me now. But
me too, bro.
But yeah, like it's crazy right now. Like battle rap is on a different level right now. Like
yeah.
With UM, you know what I mean, and all the tournaments and all that, like it's even the caffeine era, it's crazy right now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Wild.
And we're gonna say that for maybe another episode, whatever. So y'all had you had Murder Mook in the team messed up.
Bro, we drove all the way to what was we in LES?
Yo, we was in the LES, dog. We was in the LES.
Bro.
Yo, bro. We took the train, we went to the LES. And Mook was out there waiting for us and shit. And I remember, bro, we was trying to get the right angle because the light on the camera didn't work. That damn light, that motherfucking light, man.
My God.
But we got a good shot. We ended up getting a good shot. Mook was one thing I gotta give him, bro, is that's one of the dopest guys I've ever been around.
He's humble.
And at the time, Mook was larger than motherfucking life. And he was working with us, bro. Like we had the light didn't work. You know, he was a little frustrated, but we were frustrated too at the light. You know what I'm saying? But he, you know, I think we did that interview. Check this out. Listen to this shit, bro. Listen to this shit. And it all, yo, Los. Listen, now I'm hyped right now because I remember it a lot more. That interview would have had Murder Mook battle Iron Solomon. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. That interview happened right after Math lost to Iron Solomon. You remember that in Fight Club?
Okay, yeah.
So Iron Solomon takes out the big bad Math. I'm a huge Math fan, even though he be doing stupid shit, but he's a changed man, right? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna get him to talk about Iron Solomon because I was under the assumption Math was on such a run. I was like, oh yeah, it's inevitable that he's gonna battle Mook because Mook is, you know, Mook's always been at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
So Math was putting in work, and I was fucking watching Math. I would watch Math every week, bro. Like just obsessed with him. When Iron Solomon took him out, I love Math because I think he's so disrespectful.
My man Geechee just got him the fuck out of here. That's all.
Math don't give. Yo, look, Math is getting too much YouTube money. He don't give a fuck no more. He got too bad. But check it. So Iron Solomon takes out Math, and that was like, yo, if social media was what it is now back then, oh my fucking God. Like that shit would have went crazy. But it still went crazy because YouTube was a thing.
Yes.
So I was in my mind, I was telling Josh on the train, like that whole day, like, yo, bro, I'm gonna tell him, yo. So with Iron Solomon taking out Math, I think it's only right that you and Iron Solomon spar in you know what I'm saying, in a battle. I think that would be really big for the battle rap culture. And I asked him that. And he bit.
Yeah.
He took it. He said, listen, we can set it up whenever. And then he started talking about his bank card. He was like, look, I'm Murder Mook, man. Look, ain't none of these rappers got their name on their card. And he pulled out a credit card or whatever card that he had. And he had his fucking name, Murder Mook, on the card.
That's high.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a flex in 2008,
oh yeah,
7.
Because we definitely didn't know about credit. We didn't know about credit cards, like
right. And then this nigga had his name on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just loving this guy. Like I was just like, yo, this is the best fucking interview I've ever. This is the best thing I've done in a while with a celebrity for me. You know. Because Mook is a celebrity to me, you know.
That was a great interview too, man.
It was such a good interview, man. He's such a good person to interview. He gives you he's so real, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and you can ask him anything. He doesn't get offended. That's one thing I fuck with about Murder Mook to this day. You know, he's just like whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I knew that question was gonna work, and I was like, when we put this on fucking YouTube. And we put that title, Math is open to, or Math says, let's set it up, Violent Iron Solomon, however we get, it would have been out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It could have been out of here. Like, we could have been the new 15 Minutes of Fame. Like, we could have been the 15 Minutes of Fame of back then.
Bruh. Yo, I had tears in my eyes when that tape was deteriorating,
that broke my heart.
Tears.
That would have really took Settle DVD to a whole nother level. And it would have transitioned us super fast in the YouTube wave early. You know? But you know, everything happens for a reason, man. But fuck that reason. Whatever that reason was, that reason can go kick rocks, man.
And
that would have been it.
Yeah, I was gonna say to Josh, like, and we kind of talking about it now, but like, had technology just been, at least social media, if it would have been a little bit closer to when Settle and stuff like that was out, do you think York could have been like a small hub of talent, like a talent pool where we could have had like a little farm system where we developing guys, you know, getting out of here and going to the next level?
Honestly, I think so. Like how what was the DVD in Philly that they had? Was that Too Raw for the Streets?
Yeah, Too Raw, yeah.
Bro, we would have been to York Too Raw for the Streets for sure.
Yeah. Damn.
Bro, I would have marketed that DVD so crazy, man. Because there's real talent out here.
Definitely.
There's some people that spit out here, man.
Definitely.
And all they need is just that platform.
Okay.
Right, and that's exactly what I want it to be, man. I just want it to be that platform for all these people that are nice.
Okay.
Because I like bars, man.
All right. So all right, that's a good segue. That's a good stopping point right there. So you like bars, and I'm gonna assume that you like bars as well, right?
Yeah, I love it all, man.
We're like boom bap like type listeners, whatever. What I would say though, have your music tastes evolved now with the newer sound, or are you just more rigid and like you won't listen to anything unless it's what you are more accustomed to? Like, are you only listening to old Nas and Jay-Z still, or have you started to adapt and become more eclectic with what you listen to?
I ain't gonna lie, I turned into that bitter old head, man.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, I like Lil Baby. I listen to Lil Baby, man.
I love Lil Baby. Yeah.
I listen to him and the Baby. But
Okay.
but for real, like I still listen to like Nas just dropped the album. My man finally got a Grammy, thank God.
Yes.
Hove, Rambin going in 2020, Ransom.
Yeah.
That's my guy, man. But yeah, bro, everything else, I just don't like the singing and the auto tune.
Okay.
I hate it.
What about you? What about you, Tone?
Listen, I love this shit.
Okay.
I love it all.
All right.
So,
yes.
So check it. Listen,
yes.
I love everything that I grew up on. I still listen to old Cameron albums, and I go on YouTube and find the Grand Theft Audio mixtapes from DJ Clue back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's so crazy saying back in the days when we talk about our childhood.
I know.
Because it's really back in the
like
days.
We can look we can look back 20 years ago and like have lucid memories.
That's
like,
a fact.
We were teenagers 20 years ago. Like that's crazy. Like we're wild.
But I tell you what though, man, like it took me a little while to understand the newer generation, mostly the generation as of the last maybe 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
But I would say prior to that, what kept me going, I pretty much think was the same thing that kept Josh going, which a lot of the newer people that were coming out, I would say everything after 2005, 6. Well, let's say everything after 2006 would be considered after our generation. You know what I mean?
You said everything after 2006?
Yeah, I would say everything because we're out of high school.
Nah, well, I would say all right, because I would say sometimes I like to use the decade marker, or you could say maybe after 808s, because I think that's when the sound.
Okay,
right, like
2008.
2008
Yeah, but
go ahead.
But see, the reason why I don't say everything after 808s is because if you look back in 98, 97, you still had Juvenile and Cash Money, you had No Limit, and they were making noise. And when I was younger, believe it or not, as much as I would listen to the SDE album or the Big L album, I was bumping that Equimini album from Outkast back in 95, 96.
No, my bad. When I said 808s, I meant 808s and Heartbreaks, like 2000.
Oh,
2008.
Okay, that Kanye.
I feel like that's
I'll give that to you. You know what it is? Because I'm thinking about
You're
Wayne. Thinking about like, everything after like Ballin'.
Okay.
From Jim Jones.
That was probably the end of New York rap. Like
that was for me. And this is I'm being New York biased.
Yeah.
But because we were really hard lyrical rappers. Yes. Like New York rappers were carrying that hard lyrical, those beats that sound completely trash now, but were dope then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was pretty much like the end of the 50 Cent run. That was the end of the Cameron kind of hype run.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. After that, what kept me going, and I'm pretty sure Josh can attest to this, was artists like J. Cole. Cole was around 06, 07. So it was like, okay, we don't have the typical, tough guy rapper shit going on, but we still got lyrics. It's just different now. It's the Kanye kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Kanye mixed with Jay-Z, mixed with Wayne kids. And we got some good balanced rappers. We had, I'm not a avid listener of him, but you had the Wale, the Big Sean, the J. Cole's. You know what I'm saying?
Kendrick.
So
that's true.
Kendrick, you know what I mean? Kendrick came a little later, then Drake came and just disrupted the system. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I would say those guys kind of kept me going. And I think once Chief Keef, like once Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy was like 06, but we were dealing with the snap era.
But he got hot, I think, towards the end of his little run, right? Like that's when he was like, all right, we can fuck with Soulja.
people tend to forget. Like when the Black album was coming out, I think Laffy Taffy and all that type of shit was still coming out, and you still had Jeezy and T.I. So it was still there, but it still had that rough around the edges feel. I think that Chief Keef move in like 2009, 2010, that was where things started to get really fucking weird for me, and I was trying to figure it out. I like Chief Keef, but you know, it went from the dreadlocks and the guns to this weird cadence and this weird, like, you know, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but I liked it because he was gangster and I knew he would do it. But then niggas took his shit and then colored their hair and then they started doing this. And I was like, all right, like, you know, it took me a while to get used to a guy like Young Thug. But when you actually listen to what he's saying and you realize he's probably killed a few people, it's like, okay, he's tough, but he's sassy. And you know what I mean? Sassy, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Through that, we've got Lil Baby. We got, you know, ESTG, who I'm listening to heavy right now from Louisville.
I don't even,
you know,
I never heard of him.
Yep, you gotta listen to him. He's good. You know, you got Moneybagg Yo, you got, you know, Black Youngster, you got, you know, all these good rappers that people like, you know, and now you've got the birth from that era. Now you've got people like Pooh Shiesty and stuff like that. So how I look at it, I play a little game with myself in trying to predict the future trends. And it's fun watching all these breakthrough artists like Kodak Black and all these people come out and then watch what spawns from that. You know, you're not going to get a Pooh Shiesty if you don't see a Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get ESTG if you don't see a Lil Baby or, you know, whoever else you want to relate him to, you know? But I think it's pretty cool, man. I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we got Logic, which that's horrible. And that probably came from J. Cole.
I think he takes bars, like, even though he has bars, he doesn't do bars justice. He doesn't do the lyrical miracle rappers any justice. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't want to hear fucking Logic, man, talking about, I don't even believe you're black. I just don't, you're white.
No.
White man.
Yeah, and it's weird. You know, it's what another thing that I like, bro, that's really dope is now we're starting to get these people who are picking eras that they were influenced from and bringing a fresh new look. Like Joyner Lucas is bringing that Eminem feel. Right?
He got a new song with he got a new song with Lil Baby that's crazy.
I just seen the video.
I saw that on my timeline. I haven't had a chance to check it out. But, you know, I think people like him are interesting because now you've got people coming and picking from different eras that they don't have to be the birth of a Drake or a Kanye or Young Thug or, you know, they're picking these eras that they were attracted to. And they were probably born in like 2005. And that era was probably 10 years before them. But because of the era that they grew up in and they chose to be influenced by a DMX or Eminem or whoever from back then, what they're doing with that influence is fucking dope. So I stopped taking it so personal and I started to be a lot more open-minded with where we're at with times. I think these young kids have a lot more to be influenced by because hip hop is so much older now in their life. Like hip hop is so much older right now. And they're growing up with an older version of hip hop, a more seasoned and a bigger library of references. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And I try to listen to as much as I can, but there's too much coming out. So
so these days it's definitely hard to keep up with it because right now we're kind of in the microwave era where even good artists, even artists that I love that I listen to, I might only listen to something for 2 weeks. I might listen to something for a month. Like back in the day when we had to play CDs, that CD might not leave my CD player for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I might just keep rolling on with it. You know what I mean? Whatever. And so like music lasted longer. I definitely had to evolve, like you were saying, Tone, like just I think I used to be like, yeah, of course I want to hear bars, I want to hear lyrics, and yes, all those people that you said, like J. Cole, Big Sean, Wale, those are veterans at this point now, but like newer guys, I just had to like say like, all right, I don't want to be some old guy that doesn't listen to what's out. Like I still like to kind of be current, you know what I mean? And I kind of just started listening with a different ear, and I'm like, well, some of what they do is I don't think rappers that we listen to can do what they do either. You know what I mean? Not saying that they're better than like Jay-Z or anything like that, but like they're maybe just the cadence and like the pace in which they rap, the melodies. I'm like, I don't know if everybody, even back when we were listening to, I don't think they could pull necessarily what they're doing off either. And I think a lot of times people make it seem like it's easy, like, oh, all they're doing is this. I'm like, nah, that triplet flow, that's not easy to do. I don't think. I mean, where the
No.
like, and if you're really saying something with it, like that shit can be hot. Like,
I think the people who were experimenting with that the most, that saw the most success in the 90s, was like people that weren't from like the the places that were like the hype of hip hop, like Philly and New York and Jersey. I think it would be people from places like Chicago. Like back then, I listened to a lot of Twista. You know what I mean? And then you had a lot of people from Virginia, that like Magoo with Timbaland, and you know, and then when you go over, I don't know, I think they're from Michigan, but I'm not sure. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No, they're from
and
Cleveland.
Even,
I think they're from Cleveland.
Yeah, they're from Cleveland.
Oh, right, that is right. I knew they were from Midwest somewhere, but then you go, to Atlanta with once again, you got Outkast, that they were flipping, but it's weird, man. Hip hop has a weird history where there are pockets where there's glimpses of the future, and they saw a success, but I don't think people really were able to Monday night quarterback and say, well, that's going to be the future. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that was different, that they decided, because it was a lot more controlled at the time.
Yeah.
Like you said, we only had an opportunity to buy a CD and keep it on our CD player. Now, anybody from bumfuck wherever can put a song up on the DSP, and you can listen to whatever you want from whenever you want.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great thing looking back that certain players in hip hop were able to flourish with unique flows like that. Like Outkast and all those people that I mentioned, man. But now it's just flooded with people just experimenting. I think it's dope. I think it's
definitely
dope.
I think it's definitely dope. And I would say, like, at least in our lifetime, like in the last 10 years, we have there's 2 years that really stand out to me that were like pivotal years. Like I feel like when you look at the whole scheme of hip hop, you're gonna remember 2013. That was a crazy year. Like if you remember the summer of 2013, that was when Born Center came out, The Gifted, Yeezus, Magna Carta came out, Hall of Fame came out. Like that was a crazy year in itself. And then 2017 was another big year. Like I remember I had that as like a quoted tweet, like, yo, 2017 is gonna go down as one of the best rap years in rap ever. Like, and that was a crazy year. That was Damn came out. I Decided, More Life, what's the Jay-Z, the 444 came out. Like it was a lot. Sci-Hi's album came out in 2017. Like, so there was a lot of stuff. But just to wrap this part up, all right. What name 3 current rappers that like you love right now, or you got to listen to? And I guess you can't really participate, Josh, because you don't really fuck with these guys. So
I just wanted to, before we get into that, I just want to say I think 2014 was one of the best years in the most recent decade, because that was when 2014 Forest Hill Drive came out. If You're Reading This Is Too Late came out. I think If You're Reading This Is Too Late changed the game. I know a lot of people love the shit on that album for some reason, but I think what he did on there, even if somebody else ghost wrote it,
wasn't that 2015? Wasn't that 2015?
No, that was 2014.
Okay.
I think that was all in the same year.
Okay.
That was a good year, man. That was a good. There were some other albums that came out, but I can't remember off top.
Well, yeah, but I think 2013 kind of sets the tone for that, and then I think there was another rush when like 2017 is another, like, I think
2017 was a dope year.
It was a hallmark year that kind of led us into now, and I think things are going well. But all right, so 3 rappers that like you really fuck with right now. Yeah, go ahead.
You got something, Josh?
Man, I gotta say Duffel, man. He had a good 2020 year. I'm gonna go Duffel. I'm gonna go Lil Baby. Man, that's it, man. Everybody else sucks. I don't care what y'all say, man. I don't care what y'all talking about, man.
Oh, that's man, this is a hard one for me, bro. Well, off the top, Lil Baby, and I feel like Lil Baby got robbed last year.
Oh yeah,
he had the album of the year. That album,
definitely.
That album for me is like the Carter 3 of this decade. Like that album, My Turn.
Really? You all right? That's not.
That that's an.
I think that narrative
I'm
has
not
to live a
comparing it
little
to the
bit. No,
Carter
no,
two.
no, no. I don't think
I'm
you
not
are.
comparing it.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
Good take,
that's
though.
like that's like that's like that moment where that person that is disrupting the system again and setting the new standard. It's like the Take Care album, right?
Okay.
Like or the Thank Me Later album.
Okay.
Like Drake is on this run. He hasn't had an album out yet. He's got this, sort of album thing where it was the first time where it was like it was official release, but it wasn't an album. It was a project, but it was so far gone. But then the Thank Me Later album came out and it was like he's here. And you knew he was gonna be the new standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I can
what
agree to
my
that.
turn. That's what my turn feels like for me, but better because I feel like it's better. That Thank Me Later album is not his best album, but My Turn is one of the best debut albums I think in a long fucking time.
Also,
A long time.
wait up. My Turn is considered his debut because I feel like
Yeah.
he had the joint with he had a couple. I feel like he had a couple different
The
projects.
thing is, he put out a lot of projects. My Turn, I think, was his first official project. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But either way, no matter what it is,
Yeah.
I know that album is gonna set the standard. So I'm gonna say Little Baby is number one for me. Who else am I listening to? God damn it, I listen to too much music. Da Baby.
Okay.
I think he's pushing the bar, but he's kind of getting on my Where Are You list because he's kind of repetitive now with his flow.
Okay.
And Drake, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Drake is not. I don't see Drake is not.
Nobody ever lets us use that one.
He's a veteran. Like, he's not.
That's why I didn't say him.
He's
Yeah.
not new. He's not.
All right.
Like he's God tier. Like if there's like
yeah,
he's God tier. I don't like.
He
I
is.
didn't even.
No, he really is.
I didn't even always like Drake, but I fuck with Drake.
Yeah, I would say it's a toss up for me then for the third one between Kodak Black and YNW Melly.
Okay. See me.
Yeah, I know you guys weren't expecting that, but
yeah, I was not expecting that. I was not.
Nah.
Murder. I was just watching like him perform that, like murder. I'm like, dog, you are really like, what's up with these young boys just indicting themselves? You know what I mean? Like,
he's a wild boy, but he be talking that shit, man. I be loving that shit. He be singing it too. He lullaby your ass to a coffin.
Hell yeah. Well, all right. So,
that nigga crazy.
for me, it's definitely I think Lil Baby is probably number one.
Mm-hmm.
Roddy Ricch, and then I fuck with Travis. I love Travis, man. I don't care what nobody say about Travis.
Damn, I'm mad.
I love Travis.
Pick Travis. How do you that Birds in the Trap Sing Brian McKnight album is crazy, bro.
Yo, that was one of the best albums of 20, like one of my favorite albums at least of 2016. Like that shit is crazy. Astro World,
it's so crazy. It was 5 years ago. It feels like yesterday. Still,
like
I can put that album on at any point in my life and still get hype.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
When Biebs in the Trap come on, like that shit, that bass on that, that shit is crazy. I
like the one with one of my favorite ones on there. Besides Goosebumps is I don't know if it's your favorite. I don't know how you feel about Kid Cudi, but that's Through the Late Night. That's a vibe, bro.
I like Kid Cudi. I actually didn't like that song as much because it was like it's too much of a flip. Like it's too similar to the original. It's not.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I like that vibe on it, but that whole album is retarded, bro.
Right.
That whole album is crazy. I don't know. I haven't met a nigga that said that album is whack, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Oh, that's Travis. That's what's up.
Travis Black.
Me and my cousin
out on that
love that album. Me and one of my cousins like really love that album. And all right, so I'll talk about one more guy, and he's like really brand new, but I think he falls into a bad category. So have you heard of this kid, 24K Golden?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yo, I like his sound, but like I'm hearing that he's an industry plant. And
what is an industry plant?
Yo, all right, that's what I was gonna say. Like, is that a new thing? Is it like
let me break it down for you.
Back in the day,
what's that mean?
Let me break it down for you. Why hip hop is fucked up and we are confused and we're never satisfied.
Okay,
an industry plant is the same as artist development.
Okay. And
the issue is, I'll never forget 2015 when Lil Uzi Verts and the Young Thugs and the weird, colorful, sassy shit was going on with a sprinkle of gangster. And everybody was like, yo, man, what's going on? Because, everybody's worried about, being homophobic and shit.
Yeah.
And it was a weird time. And I heard a lot of the elder statesmen like the Ebros. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people like him.
Bro, I'm going viral.
Yeah,
nigga,
you know,
what the
gray
fuck?
bearded, crusty ass old people saying shit like, you know, the problem is we don't have artist development, and, you know, artist development.
Yeah.
So when you see people come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're signed to this label and they have a hit, that's artist development.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's people, that's the labels still doing the traditional route of seeking out talent, developing them, and saying, okay, we're gonna build them up to this part, we're gonna build them up to this level, and we're gonna put them out, we're gonna roll them out. The only difference is that the rollouts happen a lot faster and a lot more in your face because the tools are different.
Okay.
You're not putting a street team out there. You're not getting them on a radio station or 106 in Park like back in the days. You're putting them on the poppin' blogs. And unfortunately, with the times that we're in now, you can go fucking viral in a matter of seconds, bro.
Yeah.
Rod Wave went viral off of a clip of him singing in a radio station or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody loved the way this fat nigga sang, and they loved what he was saying, and he blew up that way. Is he an industry plant? You know, a lot of people don't understand. There's ways to market yourself that even if you are an industry plant, I can put you in a marketing plan and put you on the right outlets at the right time to make it look like you got it from the muscle. When the reality of it is nobody really got it from the muscle, dog. Oh, nobody really got it from the muscle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of BS bullshit. I know a lot of behind the scenes shit. A lot of these people that you see is not by accident. Okay. Nobody is by accident.
Yeah.
But they just don't tell you the full story. Like, you know, you got Coyle Ray. I remember when Coyle Ray was coming up and she was on my Explore page, you know, I used to DM her and I sent her a few beats and shit like that back when she had like 12,000 followers. Yeah. But I literally took my attention on her for the last 3 years and watched her go from where she was to where she is now. But the bottom line is Coyle Ray is Benzino's daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you know, she didn't hide it. She didn't hide it, and I don't think it really benefited her that much. But it helps. Yeah, it helps. Definitely. And I'm pretty sure through him, she was able to reach out to some people or get in contact with some people that the normal person coming up probably wouldn't. But this game is all about relationships.
Yes.
When you finally see somebody on everybody's phone, or even on a couple thousand people's phone, it's not by accident. There's always a relationship. So does that make them an industry plant? Does that make it a planned thing? Everything's fucking planned. This is business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing, that whole strike of luck shit is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like everybody's not like, like you said, the Rod Wave, you know, you do one viral video and then you get popping.
Everybody has a price. Everything has a price.
Okay.
The reason why Rod Wave went viral all over Instagram like a year and a half ago or whenever, for that one clip of him singing that song and doing his shit, that wasn't by accident. That was a marketing plan. It took a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Dro said the best thing on $1 Million Worth of Game. He said, if you really want to go crazy on this shit, it takes 250K plus to go absolutely viral, crazy, like, oh my God, this nigga's gonna take over the world type shit. You know that feeling when you feel an artist is coming, and you're like when Lil Baby was coming, that wasn't a secret. P took this nigga to Breakfast Club before he had a record, and was like, I'm about to make this guy the hottest thing, and we accepted it. Does that make Lil Baby an industry plant?
Yeah.
We don't say that about Lil Baby.
No, we don't.
Lil Baby was was hustling and rolling dice. And P picked him up and literally told us, I'm going to make you like him. And guess what? I just said he had one of the best albums of the decade.
Yeah.
He got talent, though.
He does.
You know what I'm saying?
He does. He can rap.
In my opinion, if that makes 24K gold in the industry plant, then that means that the label's doing a goddamn good job. Because anytime somebody throws that at you, it's because you're getting too much success too soon and they don't like it.
And that's what they did with Russ. That's what they doing. Yeah, I guess with this kid, the kid CJ. Which I don't know. Maybe he is.
That CJ shit is different, bro. When you're perpetrating a fraud, a fraud. That's the thing. When you're talking about
Tekashi too would be
exactly
in that category.
I don't think he was an industry plant. I think he just was. He was a glitch. in the Matrix. You know what I mean?
What was was there a time that, I mean, being from Brooklyn, was there a time early on that you was like, oh shit, this he might be it? Was there a time that you
I
thought
wasn't
about
living
that?
in Brooklyn at the time, but a lot of people in Brooklyn were telling me that his shit was ringing off out there like crazy because he had the gang shit behind him.
Yeah.
So people were like, yo, if the gang is approving him, right, which is an unfortunate dynamic in our culture and especially in our society, which is a bigger conversation, but to minimalize it, when the gang was supporting what he was doing, it was okay.
Yeah.
And niggas knew what the ruse was. It was a ruse, man. Like everybody knew that there was a veil over this shit. But for me, it was like what Charlamagne said, there's only a matter of time before this whole shit comes crashing down. The thing with CJ is it's the same thing, but it's a lot more milder. It's like a portion of what Tekashi has, not even a quarter, like a portion of a quarter. And it's because they know that if he goes out and starts beefing with everybody, it's not going to be good because there's a lot more bigger money. CJ has an uncle that's a big executive in the music game. You know what I mean? So they're going to do a little bit of that Tekashi seasoning, but they're going to be a lot more strategic and corporate about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the big issue with CJ is that, you know, you're claiming you're Lowrider Brim. The guy who's the head of Lowrider Brim is saying, I don't even know who the fuck you are. I don't even know what set you are. Now they're saying you in the R8, like, you know, all that gang stupid shit. That's the issue with CJ is you're not really a gang member and you're using the gang's clout and the work that a lot of people have died and spent the rest of their life behind bars for. And you're using that to further your success. But hey, there's no rules in these streets. So catch me if you can. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the real world, the suits always win the battle, bro. In the real world, the suits always win. These gangsters, they bitch up when they go in the office with these suits because they know that that's a different level.
That's a different type of gangster. Yeah. That's a different.
And the suits have an edge because they'll call the cops. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Can't battle that.
Facts.
That's one thing. You want to get a gangster off your tail, just call the cops. If you ain't in the gang,
that's real talk.
I won't.
Right. All right. So we're gonna I do like to this is not a sports podcast, but I do like to talk about sports a little bit. All right. And I've been talking a lot about basketball, and I don't have a favorite basketball team, so I haven't really been giving good input. So, but I'm a big ass Packer fan, if you see that. And this is not blasphemy. You know, black people, we like to just match. We like wear stuff that match. So I'm not a 49er fan, but this might be foreshadowing because like maybe I'll go to the 49ers if Aaron Rodgers leaves, right? But anyway, so Tone, do you watch football? Because Josh, he said, yo, I don't think my cousin watches football. Like
I watch football every once in a while, but my issue with football right now is that my Giants have not been making the best moves. You know, I've watched us let go of wide receivers that I loved and thought were integral to our success.
Okay.
And if I'm gonna speak briefly on football, when it comes to the Giants, we let go of the heart and soul of what made us, and that was our defense and our O-line. And throughout the years, ever since we won that last Super Bowl, which we won that one by luck too, we just started letting shit go. We let our O-line go. We let our O-line go. Our defense is starting. We used to be number one at some years in defense.
They used to call y'all what they used to call that
the blue like wall or something. I don't know what the fuck
something they used to like basically like like these fast ass guys. I mean, coming off the edge. Like, I mean, we used to have really good O-line guys. You know, we had like Justin Tuck, Osi Umenyiora. We had we have a legacy of guys that I think even if you're not a fan of the Giants, you could respect those guys because they were like Hall of Fame guys. They were beasts, and we not only let that aspect go, but we let our wides go. And it's just like, well, now what the fuck is Eli supposed to do? And I never shit on Eli because if you look at the last 5 years, he's had nothing to work with. You know what I'm saying? This guy, you know, they give him one piece and then they run that person to the ground. I felt really bad when we got the running back. I forgot his name. I'm really bad at recalling names right away.
Barkley.
Running back.
Barkley.
Huh?
Barkley.
When we got Saquon Barkley, I felt so bad. I'm like, this guy's not going to last because look at the line that he has. And then Eli has no options on the wing. So it's just going to be Saquon running himself like they did Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they ship Brandon Jacobs off. So it's like, fuck them niggas, man. Like, I'm not watching that shit until they get their shit together. So
well,
when they get their shit together, I'm back.
They might turn around. I mean, y'all got Kenny Galladay. Y'all
Yeah.
got, y'all got some.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes.
I think you guys are okay. I think you guys are in a good position. But
I just want to preserve Saquon. Let's
Okay.
just preserve him.
all right.
He's a unicorn.
So I'm a big Packer fan, and Josh, that's my brother. But that's where the rubber meets the road.
That's a big rivalry.
That's where the rubber meets the road, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm talking real spicy, right? So I don't even fuck. I don't fuck. You know why I don't fuck with the Vikings, Josh?
What? I never knew why.
You know why? Because that's where Packers go to fucking die, bruh. That's where Packers go to die. And I got a list. We got Darren Sharper, and y'all can. Matter of fact, all these players I'm gonna name, y'all can keep these motherfuckers forever. I don't give a fuck, right? So we got Darren Sharper, y'all can have his rapist ass. Yeah, I
was
mean,
good.
nasty ass nigga, whatever, right? So boom, Darren Sharper. You took our kicker Ryan Longwell for a couple years, like fuck Ryan Longwell. Who else? Robert Ferguson. He was trash. Brett Favre can suck my motherfucking dick. All right, you know what I mean? I'm talking spicy right now.
Oh shit.
Brett Favre on some racist shit right now, on some Blue Lives Matter bullshit. So fuck Brett Favre.
Time out. You should have known that nigga was racist 10 years ago when he did that Wrangler jeans commercial. Get the fuck out of here. Who wears Wrangler jeans?
You're right.
Wrangler.
The
yeah,
Blues,
right.
The Blues wear it. The Blues. I mean, because he's a
Buddy
fucking Blue Lives Matter type dude.
Greg Jennings too.
And then bitch ass Greg Jennings, because Greg Jennings was just salty that we didn't re-sign him because he was past his prime. It's like, dog, we're not gonna keep giving you money. You're not. Rodgers made you. You know what I mean? And I was gonna talk more like I was ready to come in here talking really, really crazy. I did have to get that off my chest, but I ain't gonna lie to you right now. You might need to put the Jordan crying face emoji on me right now, because
I was gonna say
I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So Rodgers, and I was actually gonna try to play a video, but I can't find it, whatever. But Michael Robinson, he analyst, whatever, for NFL Network. He went to Penn State, whatever. He just said something really. He said something really well, really profound, and I think there's this narrative that we don't give Aaron Rodgers help, that we've been wasting his talent, and I think all that is overblown. And one thing that he talked about was, well, okay, y'all don't have no talent, but y'all was the number one scoring team last year. You know what I mean? You won 13 games 2 years in a row. He was talking about, you know what I mean? You got one of the best running backs. You got the best receiver in the league right now. You have arguably the best left tackle in the game right now. Like, what are you talking about? You don't have weapons. You have one of the best tight ends last year in the game. And it's like, what are you talking about? We don't have weapons. And he held Aaron Rodgers accountable for the first time, because he was like, yo, when they lost in that NFC Championship game, there was like 3 or 4 times where I was like, yo, Aaron, you need to go John Elway. You need to dive and helicopter spin your ass into the end zone so we can go to the Super Bowl. But, you know what I mean? So apparently he's talking about he doesn't want to play for the Packers. He wants to trade. He has like 3 more years on his contract.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening. Hopefully they can resolve it. But speaking of the Vikings, how do you feel about your team's draft? Do you feel good about it? Did you watch it?
I did watch it. I was so mad when we went backwards, but I wanted our first round pick to be an offensive lineman anyway.
Okay.
Because, bro, I have a love-hate relationship with Kirk Cousins, man.
Okay.
He does well when he has time.
Yeah.
But then he makes a lot of stupid mistakes too, bro. I'll be so mad. But yeah. I feel like our team is, bro, we have a good receiver core.
Okay. Yes.
We have
yes.
Dalvin Cook.
I love Justin Jefferson at LSU, so I love
him. Yeah. Like, bro, like I feel like we could have did a lot better than what we did last year. But our defense was trash.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of our defensive starters.
Okay.
But Xavier Rhodes was terrible last year.
Getting cooked. He was getting cooked all last year.
Every play.
Yeah.
And then I forget the other guy's name. He went to the Bengals though. But he was getting cooked all the other years too. But
yeah,
we just gotta wait and see, man.
Okay.
But bro, you were the first person I thought of when I seen all. Bro, they put all that stuff out about Aaron Rodgers the day of the draft.
Yeah, and my thing is, it's like, all right, Rodgers, if that's what you want, I'll take a viral video of you saying it, whatever. Don't do the Adam Schefter, you know what I mean? You told your mom's cousin at the practice facility the other day, unknown source. Like, nah, man, if you went out, I need you to vocalize that, be real with the fans, and tell us that you went out. Don't do that third party shit. Like, that's
say
corny.
something.
That shit is so corny. But so I thought we drafted well. A lot of people feel like what we did in this draft is what we should have did last year. ESPN ranked us as a B minus. They ranked y'all as a B plus. They ranked y'all as a B plus, but certain outlets are actually rating us a little bit higher because we addressed our need at cornerback. Because Kevin King, you know, he got scapegoated. He was the cornerback that got torched in that NFC Championship game. He let Scotty Miller just like run past him, I mean, and he got that pass interference at the end. And we addressed the need at a center, and then we also what else did we get? Oh, we got a wide receiver. We finally got a wide receiver. We got a little slot guy. So
another one.
Yeah, so they're pretty excited about that. So I think it's gonna be all right. I am a little bit nervous about the Rodgers thing, but you know, I mean, the show got to go on. People might be thinking I'm wearing this 49ers hat because you know they talk about the 49ers was trying to offer the house to
they was
trying to give us like all kind of first round picks, the third pick of this year's draft, plus Garoppolo, plus all this whatever. But I'm just hoping it works this way out. So last thing about football, and then we're gonna end this. How do y'all feel about the new jersey rule? Did you hear about the new?
Oh, with the numbers.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? So any skill position player, I guess defense or offense, you can wear any number you want. Like so niggas is wearing single digits now. So you guys got Patrick Peterson. Did you know that? And he's going back to number 7.
Back to his college days.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that rule change?
It doesn't really. It's cool with me.
Okay.
Like I was always so used to seeing like just watching football in the 90s and stuff, all the wide receivers having 80 something.
Yeah.
But the rule, that's cool with me. I don't mind that. What you think?
Well, let's see, Tone. Do you care at all? Does it mean anything to you? Or
it's a jersey, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I was more upset with the NBA putting all these sponsors on and making us look like China. That affected me more. I'm not gonna lie.
Like a NASCAR team or
soccer,
bro.
Stop slutting these guys out. How much is enough money? You know,
right?
How much money is enough money?
Right.
That's true.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I think when I was a kid, I would have been all over this rule. I would have been like, oh my god, yeah, I want to see my favorite player doing this. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of like the old man right here. I'm like, nah, man, I don't understand the reason for it. Like,
yeah, I don't.
And there's been some players talking about some like Tom Brady, like, oh, how are they gonna know who to block? Like, I'm not worried about that, but I'm worried. This is what I'm worried about, and this is more vanity. I'm worried about like a linebacker, like picking some big doofy looking dude, picking like a low good number, and he just looking crazy out there. Or like what if quarterbacks want to start wearing numbers in the 20s or something like that, and then it's looking like 1944. You know what I mean? You got like
that's weird.
You got like a quarterback wearing number 25 or something like that, and you like, yo, bro.
I guess something like that more so affects, like you said, like a quarterback or strategic planning when it comes to defense or offense and game planning. But I mean, they better adjust. They better adapt. They're getting paid millions of dollars to play at the highest level, which not many people get to do. So, in my opinion, you know, you gotta just adapt. You know what I mean? It's gonna be an advantage for other players, but it's just like when a star quarterback comes out and he's all the rage.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the next year, after everybody's watched the tape, a lot of those moves he was doing, he wasn't able to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just like that quarterback from Baltimore Ravens. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That first year, he was like, "Oh my God!" And then, you know, it takes a real good, long-standing quarterback like Mahomes to still figure it out and still be able to make it to the championship, even after they've probably watched countless hours of tape on him. But when it comes to strategically playing and game planning against teams, I would say, yeah, it probably is deterrence, but they'll adapt, man. They're just crybaby rich people.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of crybabies, man. They gotta shut the fuck up and play.
Right. Oh, don't do that. Don't be a type of guy, because that's, you know, you don't want.
Listen, I'm talking to all of them. I'm
Okay.
talking to the Hawaiians, the fucking Samoans, the blacks, the whites.
Okay.
There's a few Chinese people in there. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
All of them. You know what I mean? The transgender ones, all of them.
Oh,
Shut the hell up and play. It's coming soon, bro.
Yeah, mate. That's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that. So gentlemen, man, like, did y'all enjoy yourselves tonight?
Yeah, this was fun, man. It's good talking to you too, man. I haven't been around you for a while because of this COVID stuff.
I know, man. I know it's crazy.
Definitely gotta catch up.
Definitely. And yo, man. So I want y'all to plug some stuff. Tell us where we can see your work, what's coming next. Rest in peace to Ryan Rossum, man. Did you want to talk about that at all? Like, I mean, your man's. I know that was your man's, bro, and I know he's a part of this project. I don't know to what extent he was, but I mean, I'm glad to see that you're dedicating a lot of things to him. And when you say, like, you're gonna make sure that his story is told, like, I guess one last thing, what do you mean by that? And then we could wrap this up.
Bro, like, I remember with the whole movie thing, he was one of the first people I told about the script.
Okay.
So I sent it to him. He read it. We talked about it. I'm like, bro, like, you're so excited about it. Why don't you just be a producer in it? Because he played in it too. I wanted originally just for him to act in it.
Okay.
So he produced it too, bro. He found a lot of like the C&P team now. Half the people is from him, and I thank him for that. Damn. Yeah, bro. Like, bro, just so many people, man. He just spoke to everybody.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, like this with him passing, like, it's just so much motivation. Like, just to get the stuff out there. I just want people from all over the world to see like what we did.
Yeah.
Just to like I don't know, man. I can't explain it, bro. Like when he passed away, I felt like that was like kind of like a pass the torch. Like, bro, it's your turn. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? You feel that way too, Ed?
Yeah, it's still hard, man. It's still hard dealing with somebody that you love so much that's not here with us in the physical, but it gave us his fire. Like his fire that he had inside of him, his determination, his dedication, his motivation, all those cool words that you use for super successful people. Ryan had that in him, and he lived with it, and it drove him every day to whatever goals he set. Even if it was a goal for the day, he used that in him to make it happen. And I feel like when he passed all of that on to everybody that wants to, pursue this further, especially me and Josh, you know what I'm saying? Because we was working so close with him before he passed. So, for us, man, like, and I know Josh feels the same way. So I think I can speak for both of us. We not only want to bring what we've done together to the world because we all were a part of it, but when it comes to York in particular and the world, honestly, we want to let them know who that man was because he was important to a place. He was important to people in Atlanta, and he was very important and instrumental in this city here. Along with him and Josh together. And I personally want to make sure that this town has something to commemorate him forever. Like how you got statues of, George Washington and shit like that. Like, that's the type of level that I feel like Brian deserves to be commemorated and celebrated and just remembered. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep. It's like I said, after Ryan passed, it became a bigger picture. It became, it's unfortunate that it took for us to lose somebody so important and so dear to us, even though we kind of realized how important what we were doing was. But it just put the double red emoji exclamation point on it. Like it's even more amplified now. Like the fire is big, bro, and we have a lot of work to do for so many different reasons, and there's so many different goals and accomplishments that we want, and it's selfless. It's not really for us. It's for everybody else to be inspired. That's always been our goal. And to have success. And we have no choice at all.
Yeah.
There's no choice but to be super successful at this. And it's not money. It's not about money.
Okay.
It's about letting the world know just how great, smart, and talented we are, because we all come from those places where York is like a forgotten place. And it's our job to let people know that there's talented people, and they don't just come from big cities.
Yeah.
You know, even though I do come from a big city, I consider myself a person from York.
Okay.
And because everybody here has become my family. So, you know, it's about letting everybody know that, yo, no matter where you come from, yeah, somebody probably has said this before, but we're going to tell you it from our perspective. And it may hit you more than it might hit you from another person that has that same message. So we want to be another one of those instruments, but not just for York, not just for the United States, bro, but literally for the world, bro.
Yeah.
And we feel in our hearts that we can do it. And Ryan now is able to be with us at any time throughout the day and throughout our life to make sure that we do it. So, you know, I keep him right here on my rear view, man. Like, he's right there hanging up, looking at me, telling me to get the fuck to work. So, you know, that's what we doing, man. Ryan is there to remind us that we have to get to work. We have to get to work, and it has to be now.
That's
you know, it always has to be now.
I feel that energy too. I definitely wasn't as close to Ryan as y'all, but like February was a bad month for a lot of people in our hometown, man. And I started the podcast kind of right after that, but I just had that in my head where it's like, yo, I don't want to second guess things. I don't want to have any regrets. I gotta, if I want to do something, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean, like, cause that's what he did. He used to just do stuff. You know what I mean, that's what that's what you've been doing, Josh. Like, since you just went out and did stuff, and I'm like, I ain't no bitch out here, man. I gotta, put my work out there, put my voice out
Let's
there.
Go. Let's go.
Yeah,
love hearing that.
So, can y'all can do any plugs y'all need? Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. Where can we find you? Where can we find your stuff?
Yeah. All right, IG. Man, I got a couple IG platforms. All right, so the first one, Mr. Perfecto to you. That's my personal.
Okay.
C&P Media Company. That's where you can find all the just everything that we got going on. It's not just gonna be films, man. We got some other stuff in store, podcasts, books, graphic novels coming soon, all types of stuff. And then something we didn't even talk about today is Thick as Thieves. That's the shirt I got on today. That's our it's just Thick as Thieves on IG. If you want to go there just for our beard oil, I can tell you where to get it. C&P Media Company on Facebook, and that's where we at.
All right, what about you, Tone?
For me, you can just follow me on Instagram at Tone3Pow. That's TONE 3POW. And I'm gonna be launching the Powcast. I know I've been saying this for mad long, but very soon we're getting a spot. So I'm gonna have a spot set up, and I'm gonna be doing the Powcast, which is POWCAST. Okay. It's gonna be the Powcast, and it's gonna be a show with just me, and then I'm gonna have a show now with my big brother, and I'm gonna have another show with a co-host from York. I think her name is Kay Cartoir. Her name is Marijani.
Marijani. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to get her on here one day. I heard she on Twitter she talks real spicy. I like it. So.
Yeah, she's a very interesting character with her personality. But through the Bussin' It Up podcast, I saw something in her, and I told her about the podcast, and she was more than willing to do it because our chemistry on camera was great, and we're friends outside of that. So I think you should definitely get her on there. It's going to be an interesting, full of hot takes, and it's going to be fucking fun. So I'll let her know, man. I'll link you guys up if you don't already know her or whatever.
I don't know her that well, but
I'll link you guys up.
Networking would be great. All right,
absolutely, that's what it's all about. And when I have my podcast, you got to come on it, man. It's thinking something right.
Whenever. Yeah, I mean. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. This went longer than I thought it would go. But yeah, that just means we got a lot of content to break down. And man, I appreciate y'all for coming on. And stay up, man. YC, Brooklyn. Yeah, I mean, let's
you already know what I'm saying? You smell me?
Right. All right, man. So this is the 280 Plus podcast, and we out.
Appreciate you, bro.